So today we're here for a very important, it's really an important occasion because we're unfurling the flag, and with us is Chief Master Sergeant Roger Toberman, and he is, I'd like you to say exactly, because his rank is a very special rank. Tell us about that rank.
Yes, sir. I'm the Senior Enlisted Advisor for the United States Space Force.
The highest sergeant by far, right?
Yes, sir. And at the moment, the only one. So I give counsel to the Secretary and to the Chief.
This rank is definitely designed.
Wow, that's it.
And he's the only airman that wears that rank. And will be the only airman that wears that rank. He's the Senior Enlisted.
That's fantastic. And I heard tremendous things about you, Roger. It's a very important position. Thank you. You're with all these generals, but you know what? He's an important guy, right? So why don't we go ahead and do it? Let's do it. Yes, please. That's fantastic. And then, please give us a picture. It's beautiful.
Mr. President, you stand in your office alongside the other service flags.
Very, very great honor. It's a great honor. That's a beautiful flag, too. Roger, hold that up so they can see. That's really beautiful. That's a big day. That's a big day.
The Delta in the middle is a symbol that the space community has used for years and years and years. The North Star signifies our core value, our guiding light, if you will. And the orbit around the globe signifies the space capabilities that fuel our American way of life and our American way of war.
I'm going to do this for Roger. Yeah, Roger. Please don't put this on eBay tonight. Yeah, Roger. Come here, Roger. Then we're going to sign. Okay. Roger. That's for you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's do it. This is great stuff. Okay. Let's see, I think we have no choice, right, General? Come on over here. Good luck. Good luck. Okay? Fantastic. And these are going for everybody. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, General. Pleasure. Thank you very much. You're all set. General, come on over here. General Kellogg's been fantastic, done a great job. He's working on a special project now, aren't you? That's right. Very special project. Okay. Thank you all very much. Thank you. I'll be going to Camp David tonight with a lot of different people, and we have some big things happening. So I'll be at Camp David tonight with various people, including some of the folks on the Hill.
The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, making history there by adding a proclamation today for the 6th branch of the Armed Forces of the United States military. He just signed the 2020 Armed Forces Day proclamation. You saw the official flag there of the United States Space Force, the USSF, by senior members of the military. The President there with some military brass talking about, we saw General Mark Milley, Joint Chiefs of Staff, saying that we will defend in space. Basically, what they do here on Earth, they are prepared to defend all of us. This has been a very busy hour or so with the President. We showed you live in the Rose Garden what had gone on with his vaccine push, Operation Warp Speed, and now this. Looking forward to what we will have on Monday for you as more states ease restrictions. At least 50 churches are taking part in an effort called Peaceably Gather Sunday. That's this weekend. And mega church pastor Brian Gibson is urging religious leaders across America to step up for the right to worship, saying it's unfair that businesses like Walmart can reopen while churches have to remain closed. He's leading this charge this weekend. His mega church is set to open. Gibson says he plans on holding in-person services at his churches in Owensboro, Kentucky, and Amarillo, Texas. He'll also be joining me right here on Outnumbered Overtime. We'll see him on Monday. Pastor Brian Gibson and some of the other churches across America that say they'll be opening this weekend, we're going to be watching all of it. As you know, freedom, religious freedom, has been the basis of some of the pushback by many people who wanted to open. Thank you for being here for all of this breaking news with the President of the United States, and more on Overtime right here. I'm Harris. Here's Dana.
11 states and Washington, D.C. rolling back more coronavirus restrictions today as President Trump formally launches the effort to approve and roll out a vaccine by January 2021. Hello, everyone. I'm Dana Perino, and this is the Daily Briefing.
I just want to make something clear. It's very important. Vaccine or no vaccine, we're back. And we're starting the process.
That from President Trump today, saying it's time for Americans to get back to work. And in many places they are, including in New York, the epicenter of the outbreak in the United States. Nearly 36 counties there moving into a phase 1 of reopening. But some of the hardest hit areas, like New York City, will remain locked down through mid-June. Meantime, the CDC warning doctors and parents to look out for a mysterious coronavirus-related illness that's sending some kids to hospitals. Let's begin with Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt, who has more on states reopening. Jonathan?
Dana, manufacturing resumes today in Maryland. State parks are opening in Arkansas. Funerals and weddings are allowed once in Oklahoma as different states follow different plans to end stay-at-home orders and get the economy back open. Among them, Ohio, Oregon, Iowa, Louisiana, and Maryland are allowing personal care businesses to reopen: spas, salons, barbershops, some by appointment only or with limited capacity. Restrictions are being rolled back for gyms and fitness centers in Iowa, Louisiana, Maryland, Montana, and Oregon, although Maryland will only allow fitness classes outside, as New York lets outdoor recreational activities like tennis resume, and Oklahoma gives the go-ahead for organized sports. Restaurants are open in Iowa and Ohio, with limited openings in Oregon. Louisiana's dining establishments are open at 25% capacity, and for dessert, ice cream shops and trucks are now open with restrictions in Delaware. Various states are also opening some non-essential retail with capacity limits. Maryland and Virginia are opening at 50% as Oregon reopens furniture, jewelry, and boutique stores statewide. Also in Oregon, childcare, summer school camps, and youth programs may now open statewide. And looking forward, state lakes and beaches along the Jersey Shore, New York, Connecticut, and Delaware are scheduled to reopen with some restrictions on May 22nd in time for Memorial Day weekend. That'll make a lot of kids and adults on the East Coast happy. Dana?
That's right, and we have a mayor of one of those beach towns coming up as a guest later in the show. Thank you, Jonathan.
Sure.
Now on to this. Doctors are diagnosing more children with a mysterious inflammatory syndrome that is linked to coronavirus. At least 19 states and D.C. have reported cases of the illness. Let's bring in Dr. Diane Hess, a pediatrician in New York City. Doctor, it's wonderful to have you. How worried do parents